My name is Hannah, and this is my no-buy year. I have gotten so many questions about my hair on this channel. Hair has by far been the most highly requested topic, and I decided that if I was going to do it, I was going to do it right. So for 2 weeks, over the course of the time between washes, I checked in with you every time I did anything with my hair. I sat down here and filmed absolutely everything that I did to my hair from before I washed it all the way through to right before I washed it the next time. I had so much footage that I had to break it into 2 videos. So this is the first of the 2 hair videos, and the second one will be going up shortly, probably tomorrow. I didn't want to burden this video with a bunch of background information about my hair, so I've actually already filmed and already posted a prequel to the 2-part feature-length saga about my hair. That video has already gone up. I will link it right now in the cards, and I will also link it down below. I recommend watching that before you start watching this if you haven't seen it already, because a lot of the way that I handle my hair and the reasons that it works are based on things that I talk about in that video. Buckle in, it's gonna be a long one. Let's go ahead and get into the meat of the video. Hey guys, so I just got back from Tango. It's the middle of the night actually, and I am about to take a shower and I'm gonna wash my hair. When I wash my hair, I always do it at night. I don't always do it this late at night, but this evening of dancing tango was kind of the last straw for this cycle of hair. So it's time to wash, which means it's time to brush my hair. I'm gonna use this purple Conair brush that my cousin gave me for Christmas last year. And it's just a regular kind of brush for thick hair, I think. It's not in the best shape. It's a little bit gross, but it gets the job done. So all of the tangles are out, but I'm continuing to brush it. I'm gonna brush it for a good long time. And I'm doing this not to detangle my hair, but for 2 other reasons. I'm trying to draw the oils from my scalp down through the rest of my hair. So the hairbrush is kind of pulling whatever's close to my scalp through the strands. And I think that those oils are good for the hair, ultimately. They're what keep it healthy. And then the other thing I'm doing, of course, is getting all of the extra hairs that have come detached from my scalp but haven't fallen out yet, getting them out of my hair. All right, I don't know how many strokes of the brush that was, but I feel like it was close to the proverbial 100. I'm going to shower and wash my hair, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm fresh out of the shower. I've washed and towel dried my hair. I don't use conditioner. I will condition my hair once in a while if I get like a sample packet of a conditioner or something. I would say I condition it maybe every 3rd or 4th time that I wash it, but I didn't do that today. I washed my hair with this Mario Badescu Henna and Semollient shampoo. This is just a random shampoo that I've had for a long time and I'm trying to finish it up. So when my hair is wet and freshly clean, I feel like it is kind of at its most suggestible, its most malleable. And at this moment, I want to do everything I can to encourage it to dry with as much texture and volume as possible. So before I go to bed tonight, I'm going to put some products into my hair that are designed for use on wet hair and that will help it to exhibit as much of its natural wave as possible. I have a number of little samples and random things floating around, and these days I kind of try a different cocktail every time. This time I'm going to use this whey mousse. This is called Soft Mousse, and I'm also going to use this product from Living Proof, the thickening cream. So I'm going to start with a good amount, and I'm just going to work that all through my hair. I forgot to say that when I wash my hair, I only use shampoo on my scalp. I really just concentrate it on my scalp and rub it into my scalp, kind of like I'm doing now, and then I just rinse it through the ends of my hair. I don't actively shampoo anything but my scalp. If I remember correctly, this comes out really runny. Oh, no. No, it doesn't. Maybe I just failed to shake it up before. All right, I'm gonna work this into the roots of my hair. That's lovely, it kind of smells nice. I'm gonna put a little more in the back, kind of the back of my skull underneath. I'm making sure not to just address the top layer of hair or the front of my hair, but the back and the sides as well. In the first couple of days after I wash my hair, I kind of think of myself as a hair trainer. I'm trying to train my hair to behave in the way that I want it to behave. And what I want is volume. I want the roots of the hair to be up before they fall down. So I've just put this product in my wet hair, and I feel like if I can lift those roots up and get them to be sticking up for as long as possible while my hair is drying, then I will be more likely to have that volume from the roots, especially with that product in. I would like my hair to dry with that product in it in the up direction. Turby twist. I'm going to put this hair towel into my hair. I got this ages ago at Ulta, and that's why it's so grimy, because I've used it and washed it countless times. I actually really live for this thing. I love how it looks. So, because my hair is so thick, if I leave it in this towel wrap overnight, it will still be wet when I wake up in the morning. My ideal plan is to leave this in as long as possible, but then take the towel off at some point during the night. Ideally, right before I drift off, or if I drift off and then kind of wake back up again to turn my bedside lamp off. In that moment between waking and sleeping, I will remove this towel and cast it aside, and then I'll sleep with my damp hair spread out loose all over my pillow. That is the plan. I will check back in the morning and let you know how it goes. It's always kind of a mystery waking up in the morning after I wash my hair. My eyes pop open and I think, I wonder what my hair looks like. Good morning. I literally just rolled out of bed and made this matcha. I don't know if you can see it, how green it is. Anyway, this is what my hair looks like. I successfully removed the towel right before I fell asleep last night, probably at about 1 o'clock. It's kind of fluffy and it's very silky, and it's also kind of flat, like there's not a lot of body in the top because the silkiness is weighing it down. I'm gonna go about my morning routine now and wake up and get ready to leave the house. It's a Sunday today, but it's gonna be a work day for me. I'm working overtime right now because I'm preparing for some upcoming tango festivals in October. So I'm gonna be heading down to my studio today and sewing some tango clothes. So before I get ready to leave the house, I will probably do something with my hair to try to train it to continue to have the volume that I want it to have. And I'll come back and do that on camera. So I'll see you in a bit. Hey y'all, so I'm just about ready to go to work. It's noisy right now. The washing machine is going and Joe is listening to ska music and doing the dishes. My hair has been side parted for the last several days before I washed it. So that's why it's naturally side parting right now. It's because it's used to that. But I want a center part for the next week. So I'm going to switch to a center part, and then I'm going to try to train it to fall in a center part right now. So again, I just washed it, it's dry, but I feel like it's still very suggestible. So today, right now, is when I kind of have the best chance of getting it to be shaped the way that I want it to be shaped. So I've decided on a center part, and I also want volume, 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 volume. So I'm going to, again, like I did last night with the Turbo Twisty towel, put it up and sort of train it to behave in an upward way in the coming weeks. But before I do that, I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in the ends of my hair. I'm actually out of marula oil right now. I don't have any, but I have this little bottle of the Nuxe brand oil, Huile Prodigieuse. It's a French pharmacy brand, and this was sent to me by a subscriber who lives in Canada. It's an all-purpose oil, face, hair, body. The smell is absolutely amazing. So I'm just keeping it on the tips. And it actually makes an immediate palpable difference in how my hair looks. Just putting it in the tips. I'll like work a little bit of it up there. So this side still looks really frizzy and fluffy, and this side looks much more like piecey and shiny. I know that my hair doesn't really look bad right now, but I know from experience that when it's in this kind of fluffy, wispy, freshly washed baby hair state, if I leave it like this is nice, I don't mind this, I would go out like this, but I know that if I do go out like this right now, then within a couple of hours it will have fallen. It'll be like flat and pasted to my head, and I dislike the way that looks. And also if I do that, then by the end of the day I'll kind of have missed the window to really aggressively encourage my hair to have a lot of volume at the roots over the course of the coming week. So I'm going to wear my hair up today. Before I put it up, I'm going to spray some of this dirty spray in it. So it says Down and Out Dirty Spray. It's a texturizing spray. It's a spray that has some grit in it. It's not really a hairspray for hold, but it's too early yet to put something like that in my hair. I don't really want to put something in my hair that's going to make it crunchy and weighed down. This is a pretty light product, but it does add some grit and grunge and texture, and it does mattify my hair a little bit, which I like. So this is kind of the perfect transitional product. I know also from experience that I can put this in my hair on day one and that it won't become kind of gross and weighed down by this product over the course of the ensuing 10 days. So I'm going to spray this mostly close to my roots, and but I'll let a little bit of it kind of go into the rest of my hair too, because I like all of my hair to have volume. Making sure to get underneath. And again, I have thick hair, so I use a lot. Can you see the cloud? It's making it cloudy in here. So that's good. Again, like this looks great, but even with this spray in, if I were to just leave it like this, it would fall. So I'm going to put it up with a hairband, but I'm going to try to keep the center part because today is the training day for my hair in two ways. I'm trying to train it to have a center part, and I'm trying to train it to have lift and volume at the roots. So I'm just kind of lifting underneath from the side, but keeping that center part in there. So you can't see it, but it is, I haven't pulled my hair sort of like to either side over that center part. And then I'm going to lift the rest of the back up in there. And I'm putting this kind of as high on the crown of my head as I can. And I'm letting the bun be really, really fluffy. Oh, you can't see, sorry. There. It's not too tight either. I'm letting the hair here sort of be a little bit loose from my scalp. So I haven't really, if I pulled it super, super tight, then that would, again, it would like encourage flatness against the skull, but I don't want that. I want volume. So there is some room in here between the bun and my scalp for those roots to be fluffed up. Because the bun's a little bit loose, it's a little bit unstable. So I'm going to use bobby pins to stabilize it and kind of pin it to my head. Not too many, but just enough so that I feel like I can leave it up like this all day without worrying about it. This is a utilitarian hairstyle for me, but I'm also not mad at it. I think it looks cute, and I like the look of a really high updo, a really high bun with this kind of like high neckline of shirt. So I think this will be perfectly serviceable for today. And after all I'm doing is walking down to my studio and working in there by myself. I guess Joe will see me. I guess I care what he thinks. Hey guys, so it's about 8 o'clock on the evening of day 1 after having washed my hair, and I still have the bun in from this morning. I took the bobby pins out about an hour ago. They were just starting to hurt my head a little bit. I decided I'm going to sleep with my hair down tonight. Sometimes I just leave this bun in overnight, and that does even more to train my hair to retain the lift and volume at the roots. But I'm just feeling like I want a little bit of relief for my scalp right now, so I'm gonna take it down. But I wanted to come on camera and film what it looks like after having been up in this bun all day. So you can see my center part. Did you see how it immediately sprung open right at the center part where I had asked it to part this morning when I put it up? I look like thing 1 and thing 2 from the Dr. Seuss books. But you see what I have going on here. And I can feel a little bit of product in my hair. It doesn't feel disgusting. It just feels like it's giving it some dry grit and giving it a lot of hold and shape. So I'm kind of messing around with it to try to get it to do what I want it to do, just to kind of add some volume back in right on the top of the head where it's flattened out a little bit when the part fell open. But it's really responding, like it's responding to me mussing up the roots a little bit. It's really kind of sculptable in this moment. And if I had an event tonight, or if I were going out dancing, or if I were filming a video, for example, other than this check-in, but like a full long video, I would be able to take it down out of that bun, and then I would be able to have this lovely, easy, casual volume. So that's how I get this kind of gritty, mussy, slept-in volume on day 1 after having washed my hair. I know you can hear Joe putting away the dishes, and the dryer is also going right now. This is just real life. I am exhausted. I'm ready for a good shower and a nice long session reading in bed before I go to sleep. I'm probably going to put my hair back up into a bun right now just so I can keep it out of the water when I shower, but after that I'll be taking it back down and kind of letting it flow while I sleep tonight. Hey y'all, it's Monday morning, the morning of day 2 since I washed my hair. I'm about to run out the door to work, and I just thought I would check in and let you know how my hair is doing today and what I'm doing to continue to encourage it to do my bidding. As you can see, it's a lot flatter on the top than it was last night right after I took that bun out. And if I had slept in the bun, or if I had slept in a bun, if I had put it back up to sleep, it would have a lot more volume at the roots right now. So if I had had some kind of meeting today, if I had cared more about having that volume today, I would have slept with it in the bun. But as it is, and it's just a normal work day, and I wanted to kind of have my hair down and free. It feels better to sleep with it down, so I just chose that. I wanted to mention that I sleep with an eye mask to block out the light. I find I sleep a lot better with a mask like this. And last night when I was falling asleep, I put the eye mask on over top of my hair, and you can see how it kind of squashes down my hair at the sides. And that is not ideal. I was so tired last night that I just put it on, and I briefly thought about it, and then I just thought whatever, and I went to sleep with it like that. And then when I woke up, it was definitely flatter on the sides because my hair had been crunched all night by the band of this thing. So if I had been a little bit more awake, if I had cared a little bit more, what I would have done is what I do sometimes to prevent that, which is that I lift up the top layer of my hair and I put the eye mask on with the band underneath, and then I let the top layer of my hair fall over it and I sleep like that. So that's usually my solution. Obviously, if I sleep with my hair up in a bun or in braids, I just put the eye mask on over top of that and it doesn't cause any problems. So today I'm dealing with a little bit of flatness because of having slept with the eye mask on. But also, this is pretty typical of my hair on day 2 after having washed it. It's still fighting that kind of silkiness and heaviness from being very clean and from having been wet and then dried. As the week wears on and as I do more with it and as I put it up more and more, it will get, paradoxically, some of you may think, more and more volume. One last interesting thing about today, I'm not very pleased with how this chunk of hair is behaving. It's going kind of like whoop but it's all one big chunk. It doesn't have kind of the pieciness and the texture of most of the rest of my hair. The reason it's behaving that way is that it spent most of last week over here. So it really wants to be over there, but I'm going back to a center part this week, so I have pulled it over here, and it's still, from the root until about here, it's trying to be over there. So it's got this kind of funny arc shape to it, and I find that makes me look a little bit derpy. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not giving in to my hair's demand to be like that. So I'm going to just kind of tuck that front part of my hair behind my ear and kind of keep it tucked behind my ear for the first part of the day. And after an hour or two of being tucked down like that, it should mellow out. So it's the evening of day 2. There's not much to report. I wore my hair down all day. It is kind of at its flattest version of itself while still having enough volume for me to feel respectable while wearing it down. But the nice benefit of that is that it's kind of at its longest. So today I felt like I had really long hair. I'm trying to kind of, I can't get it all in frame, but you know, it comes down pretty long, especially when it's been relatively freshly washed and I wear it down. So obviously as it gets more volume pumped into it later in the week, it'll be more up and it'll be a little bit shorter. So today I kind of felt like the longest haired version of myself, and I'm not mad at that. Hey y'all, it's the next morning. I guess this is the morning of day 3 since I washed my hair. And in terms of the hair on my head, not much has changed. I slept with it down again, and then I got up and got ready for work, and this is what it looks like. In terms of the hair on my face, namely my eyebrows, I dyed my eyebrows last night, and I actually have a video from a couple months ago about how I dye my brows at home. If you're interested in that, I'll link it. So today is just like yesterday, leaving my hair down. It looks pretty much the same as yesterday. Again, day 2, 3, and 4 tend to be repeats of each other. I think it's looking good. I actually think I like it even better than yesterday. It has really gotten used to its center part. It's mellowed out. There's a little bit more volume at the roots kind of in the back because of having slept on it and having it been kind of scrunched around. This is really the day that I'm starting to feel like I'm reaping the full benefits of having trained my hair to do my bidding over the past couple of days with all of the techniques that I showed you. Hey y'all, so I just filmed a video. It's the evening of day 3, and obviously I look different than I did this morning. It's because when I got home from work, I put on some extra makeup because I was gonna film a video. I filmed my search for the best mineral sunscreen, the search is over video. Let's talk about my hair. So it was down at the beginning of the day. About halfway through the day, I was at work and I just put it up in a bun on top of my head because I wanted to get it out of my face. And it was on the top of my head like that in a bun for the rest of the day. That's pretty typical of me. I put it up partly because I wanted to get it off my back and off of my neck, but also because I kind of looked in the mirror and I felt like it was looking a little bit like lackluster, just a little bit flat. And I just kind of wanted to imbue it with a little bit of extra life. I just felt like it needed to be bullied a little bit. So I put it up in a loose bun. And I would say I feel okay about how my hair is behaving right now. It's a little bit flat, it's a little bit solid. I can start to feel myself kind of angling towards the next phase of hair training, but it's perfectly serviceable. It doesn't have that lifeless, silky limpness that my hair used to have before I kind of figured out how to deal with it. And, you know, it is what it is. The other thing I wanted to mention, because it's the evening of day 3, is that there is absolutely no oiliness or smelliness or dirtiness at all. Like I can put my hands even straight into the roots of my hair, and my scalp is just not overproducing oil. It's just not. It knows that it has a full 10 days and that I'm not going to be stripping it of oils right away again by washing it. At this point, I would say my hair feels as clean as it did on day 1. It's behaving a little bit more crunchily, because the product has been sitting in it. But in terms of what makes hair dirty from the inside out, meaning like your scalp producing oil, it's just not. It's not dirty. It definitely doesn't need to be washed. Hey guys, so I'm about to get dressed and run out the door. It's the next morning. I'm feeling kind of a time crunch this week. We're really in overdrive at the studio because we're preparing for some upcoming tango festivals. I'm kind of displeased with my hair right now. After I uploaded the footage from last night and looked at it, I realized that my hair was kind of doing that thing that I like the least. It was sort of flat on top. And the thing that I really don't like about what it's doing right now is that it's kind of lost the pieciness and texture that it had during day 1, day 2, and even part of day 3, and it's become more smooth. Like the pieces have started to meld together into sweeps of hair instead of like textured pieces. And ordinarily when that has started to happen, when I'm starting to feel like a little bit unhappy with how it looks, that's when it's time to braid it. That's what I've been doing for the past month or 2. I've been putting it up in French braids at this moment in time. So if this were an ordinary week, or if this were an ordinary day 4, that's what I would be doing right now. I would be braiding it right now. But again, this morning I'm feeling kind of rushed and crunched for time, and I really want to get out the door. So I'm gonna wait and put those braids in either tonight or tomorrow morning. So I think today I'm actually gonna go ahead and put it in a ponytail. Hey, it's just about 15 minutes after I filmed the previous clip where I put my hair up into a ponytail. I've rethought my decision about my hair for today. I can just feel it pulling back, and I know that since it's just day 4, I don't want to encourage my hair to lay flat on my head at this point. So I still want it up and out of my face, and I think I'm just gonna go for another loose, messy bun, kind of like I had on the first day. All right, so that had the same effect as the ponytail of getting it up out of my face for the day, but it feels a lot less tight. It actually feels a lot more comfortable, and it's definitely not squashing my hair flat against my head, so it's gonna keep that volume and body in at the roots. I'm gonna get out the door and I'll see you tonight. Hey, so I just filmed, what did I just film? I just filmed the intro to my declutter series. Hopefully that will be off the ground soon. I'm really excited about it. I just need to figure out the logistics of overhead filming so that I can film my hands swatching things and stuff like that. I wore my hair up kind of like this for most of the day, just in the bun that you saw me put it into this morning after the mishap with the ponytail. And around 4 p.m. my scalp started to get a little bit sore, so I took it down for about an hour, but within that hour I was starting to cook dinner. I cooked this amazing pork dinner. It was like spicy pork that you cook in the Instant Pot, and then you mix it with a sauce and then kind of char it under the broiler. It was so good. It took a long time, so I was cooking from like 5 until 7, and so I put my hair back up in a bun to cook, and then I took it down when I sat down to film, but I really didn't like how it looked. It was just like this morning. It had kind of that, well, I'll take it down right now and it's probably still the same. It just is no longer piecey, and it's kind of losing its texture. It's becoming a bit more of kind of like a monolith of itself. You can see what I'm talking about. It's like these big, smooth chunks, and there's nothing really wrong with that. It's just not what I prefer. But I'm also not ready to wash it again. I really liked the way that my hair handled the braids last cycle, and I think if I remember correctly, what I did that time was that I put a little bit of this Moroccan Organics hairspray into my hair before I braided it, and that helped to train it to the braided shape even more aggressively. This is like a real hairspray. Like, it's a thing that reminds me of hairsprays that I used to have from the drugstore when I was in high school. It's sticky and crunchy and really intense. This is the only hairspray of that kind that I have. I got it at a salon somewhere a couple of years ago. So I never use very much of this, and actually I'm not even going to spray it directly into my hair. I'm going to spray it onto my hands, and then I'm kind of going to work it through. And it is, I mean, it's that classic kind of alcohol. It probably has alcohol in it. I can feel it kind of evaporating and getting cold on my hands. You guys know the kind of hairspray that I'm talking about. So I'm really not getting much into my hair, but I'm working it in kind of at the roots because the roots are what I'm the most eager to train. It's already doing something for volume. And then I'm actually gonna spray a bit just into the tresses, but just a bit, just the spritziest bit. So as much as I would like to deliver a French braiding tutorial to you, that isn't what this is going to be. I'm not sure that I can adequately show you all of the parts of how to French braid. So if you don't know how to do that, maybe search for videos that show that. I'm just gonna show you what I do by demonstrating it. So I'm splitting my hair down the middle of the back. I'm not too worried about precision, as you might have expected if you've been watching my channel for any length of time and watching me smudge makeup all over my eyes every other day. Sometimes I do this and I accidentally get way more hair on one side than the other, and I just go with it. You will note that I'm not going to brush my hair before doing this, so it's kind of tangly and messy, and I'm gonna braid those tangles right into my hair. I'm braiding it really tight to begin with, and after I finish braiding it, I will loosen it up a little bit. So I'm braiding all the way down to the very tippy tip, and then I'm going to take one of these. I have these little clear bands. All right, time for the other side. Okay, so what I usually do at this point is I take one braid and I tuck it under the strands of the other one, and I kind of weave it up and around, and then I do the same thing with the other side, and then I start trying to pin them. There, okay. So usually at this point I will kind of like tease it out a little bit, but because I'm about to go to sleep, I think I'm just gonna leave it like this right now. Good morning. So sleeping on my hair did absolutely nothing to help loosen it up or make it look a little bit softer. I woke up with this extremely unflattering looking helmet, so I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that right now. I have this teasing brush, and that's what it's designed for, you know, to pull your hair up and tease it back down in the other direction and give it volume, which is a technique that I employ once in a very long while if I really desperately need long-lasting volume for something. It's not very good for your hair to do that, so I really just save it for special occasions. But I find the other end of this brush to be really useful. It's like this tapered to a point situation, and it's really good for getting in amongst your hair. This is a Tease by Philips brush. I think I got it at Sally Beauty forever ago. I'm just pulling the braids apart ever so gently. I definitely don't want to pull any strands out or pull anything permanently out. Okay, so I definitely went a little bit at a time because I didn't want to accidentally overdo it or pull anything all the way out. The difference is pretty subtle at this point, especially on camera. I think looking in the monitor, it looks quite subtle. There's just a little bit more body in the braids, especially on the top and on the sides, and there are kind of more flyaways and a little bit more frizz. It just looks more lived in. Hey guys, it's nighttime. There's really nothing to report except that I'm exhausted and I'm heading straight for bed, although my skin has been really dry lately, like just for the past 2 or 3 days it's suddenly gotten dry. So I think I might do a little bit of masking before I go to bed, if I have enough energy even for that. We will see. Tomorrow is actually photo shoot day for my small business, so I'll be putting on my full glam photo shoot makeup tomorrow morning. I'm gonna leave my hair up in the braids for the photo shoot. I actually think it looks pretty good as photo shoot hair. So I'll check in with you tomorrow morning after I have prepared for the photo shoot, so you'll be able to see the look that I create for this week's photo shoot, and you'll be able to see how that look looks with my hair up in this style. Good morning. So I just finished putting on my full face of makeup for the photo shoot, and I'm about to get dressed and head down to my studio. I have a little bit of hemming to finish and then we'll start the shoot. I haven't done anything with my hair. It's starting to look a little bit more to my taste, even more lived in. It's starting to get some of these kind of curly, hangy down bits. This side, my baby hairs are really sticking out. Maybe I'll pin them back right now. There we go. So I pinned it in loosely, not tight, so it still has a little body right there and a little bit of extra hair sticking out, but it's not that weird curl. I don't know where that comes from. I'm pleased with the overall look. I actually really enjoy this kind of tidy, clean, soft hair for the photo shoots. It gets all of my hair up and out of the way, and it makes it so that you can see the silhouette of the clothing impeccably. I've got to get going, but I'll check back in with you tonight. Hey, I just got home from work and I'm feeling busted the house, but I am going to go ahead and film another video right now. In order to film that video, which will be a video where I have like 3 or maybe 4 different looks, I kind of want my hair to have more body to it. I think I actually went a little harder with the braids this time than I have the past couple of times. They're tighter than they have been, and they're taking a lot longer to loosen up than they took the other times. And I think it's not only because I braided the braids really tight, but because I tied the strands of braid really tight and pinned them really tight. So I'm not going to take the braids out, but what I am going to do is to take the pins out and take the braids down and loosen up this part of the braids while the strands of the braids are unpinned. Okay, that has given me much more of the volume and messiness that I want in the braids. So I'm going to go ahead and pin them back up, but this time I'm going to do it a bit more loosely, a bit less enthusiastically than I did last time. There, that totally worked. That is much more the thing. It will absolutely do, and it will probably stay up like this for another several days more if I so choose. I'm gonna go ahead and film my other video, and I'll check back in with you right before I go to sleep tonight. Hey guys, nothing to report. I filmed the video, the 3 monochromatic looks. It was really fun. This is the remnants of the final look. It's almost completely worn off because after I filmed the video, I made dinner, we ate dinner, and then I've been editing for a couple of hours and kind of rubbing at my eyes, which are watering. So it was definitely time for me to clock off and take a shower and go to sleep. This is pretty much the measure of things for the next day or 2, but I'll check back in with you tomorrow anyway. Good morning, it's Saturday. I've been awake for a little while, but I haven't even washed my face yet, and I'm probably not going to get ready for going out until later in the day because I just have some work to do around the house. So I thought I might as well turn on the camera now and show you what my hair looked like when I woke up this morning. So the loosening of the braids yesterday really did what I wanted it to do, this is exactly how I like my braided hair to be. And I feel like I learned my lesson this time not to braid the braids too tight. But I also learned that I can easily undo and loosen up the braids if I need to. So I'm a lot happier with this, and I think this will probably be good for another day or two. I'm gonna get to work on some more videos, and then I think the only other thing we have to do today is to go grocery shopping. So I will check back in with you this evening after all of that is over. Hey guys, I stayed up super late because I had some technical difficulties editing my video, so I had to stay up for an extra hour and a half and get it finished. So Joe is asleep. It's 1:30 in the morning. Luckily, there's nothing to report about my hair. It looks the same. We went to Costco. It looked the same. And I'm just gonna sleep on these braids again tonight. I didn't turn my ring light on because I don't want the light in my eyes right now because I'm about to go to sleep. So I'll check back in with you tomorrow morning. All right, that's where we're gonna stop for today, but the next video will pick up right where this one left off. If you're watching this on the day that it's uploaded, then the sequel will be up very, very soon, so just keep an eye on my channel. Maybe ring the notification bell. I never say that. I always just feel like you guys are smart enough to ring the notification bell if you want to. You don't need me to remind you every time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll remember to take extra good care of yourself this week so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.